Let's take a look at the NES version of Hydlide. You might be asking yourself, why did you buy that game? Well, I'd never seen it before, never heard of it, had no knowledge of it whatsoever. The label looked pretty cool, so I decided, you know what? Let's give this game a shot. Hydlide is an action RPG, and I use the word action very lightly. It was originally released in Japan on the NEC PC6001 and the PC8801 home computers in 1984. It was released on a pile of other home computers the following year. It wasn't until 1986 that it made its way to a game console in Japan, the Famicom, with the name Hydlide Special. We had to wait another 3 years, 1989, to get the game for the NES, so you know it must be good. Then, in 1995, it makes another appearance on the Sega Saturn as Virtual Hydlide. So with the manual's poorly translated Japanese fairy tale paired with a terrible game intro, here's Hydlide. So you begin your journey on the map in one of the forest areas. There's no reason to leave this area for a while because the mere act of walking will probably kill you. Trust me, it's a small map and there's not too much to explore anyway. Let's talk about the controls and game mechanics real quick. When you press and hold the A button, your attack is on. When released, you're defending. The B button is used to select your magic, and pressing B and A together uses the magic. More about magic later. So to attack, just ram into the enemies from either top, bottom, or back while holding the A button. If you hit them head on, you'll take a little damage and die. Also, standing still in the grassy areas will restore your health. Your life bar starts at 1 as well as your strength, typical of RPGs. The exception being, in the beginning of the game, you get hit once and you're practically dead. So just stay in the area, killing the slimes and gaining experience. Every time you level up, they get easier to kill, so it doesn't take too long. When you reach level 3, they will no longer give you experience, so you know it's time to move on. Before we move on, let's do some quick math. First off, the enemies only give 1 experience point per kill. It takes 10 points per bar, with 10 bars to complete, so you guessed it, you need a minimum of 100 kills to gain 1 level of experience. Now, with your life bar starting at 1 and ending at 9, you need a minimum of 800 kills to max out and fight the final boss. Can you do it with less? Probably. But this makes it a lot easier. This brings me to my next point. That game is a grinder, and not the delicious meat and cheese treat. It's a real grind with a few cool dungeons in between. With that being said, save and save often. Even get a password here and there in case your NES freezes up or lightning strikes. Trust me, you do not want to start over. My last tip before we move on, be very careful with the save and yes menu. You will do it a lot. It will become automatic. So when you die, and you will a lot, make sure you hit load in yes, or you will be hating life and throwing the game out the window for having to start from the beginning again. This game's awesome! Okay, we've reached level 3. Let's move on. Now that we've grinded a little, head west to open the chest and get the cross. Then head straight back east. Enter the hole in front of the castle and kill the vampire, and you will get the lamp. Head north from there and jump in the next hole in the ground. Opening that chest will give you the sword. Next, we can head south from here to the bottom of this section of the map. You'll find a bunch of trees, and one of them you'll find the first fairy. The others will release wasps you'll either have to kill or run away from. The fairy is always in a random tree, so you'll just have to keep trying until you find it. After that, you head to the northwest on the other side of where we opened the first chest. Before you bother going into the maze area, it's time to grind again. Just keep killing the ropers till at least level 4 so you don't get too bored. Then head inside the maze. Find the chest and you'll get the pot, and a hole will appear right near it. Head back outside if you need to restore your health, then head back to that hole. Once inside, you'll find a bunch of chests. Just keep opening them until one of them gives you the key. Don't bother going out the hole at the bottom. Head back the way you came and go outside to regain your health if needed and grind some more. When you reach level 5, you can head down to the graveyard and open the chest now that we have the key and get the jewel. You can grind a little here if you want on the zombies or head north to get a few more items. The shield dungeon is next. Keep killing ladiums till you get the shield. Then keep killing goldums till a chest appears and you'll get the ring. You can take the other exit when you leave here and run straight across the desert where you'll find 4 moving trees. Three will cause damage to you when you bump into them, and the other will give you the second fairy. We're almost done at this point, but unfortunately we need to grind some more. Let's head back down to the graveyard. Zombies will be much easier to kill now. When you reach level 6, hypers will appear. Just find a nice open area and keep killing them until you reach the max level of 9. Now we're in the home stretch. We're almost done. Let's head across the desert, into the castle, and in the moat. Navigate around to this little island and you'll find the 2 wizards. Now remember earlier when I said we'd talk about magic later? If you noticed, we haven't used any yet, because I never really found it to be useful. Well, now is the time. The trick here is you need to use the wave and kill both wizards at the same time. So wait till they line up just right and let her rip. It may take a few minutes, but this will give you the 3rd fairy, and all 3 fairies will appear and transport you to the Dragon Island. Now get ready to use some more magic. Avoid the dragon for now and throw a fireball at the tree in the front of the castle and jump in the hole that appears. Make your way through the maze to the bottom of the 2nd room and break the gravestone. Now head back to the dragon. The maze area is a good time to use the turn magic. It simply turns all the enemies around so you can kill them instead of being killed. First thing you'll notice is the moat is drained. Cool, right? We'll get to that in a second. First, we need to kill the dragon. Now here's another one of those things that makes no sense. Attack the dragon in defense mode. If you try to attack, you'll almost die instantly. So just run into him and run away before your life bar is drained. Regain your health and repeat a few times till he's dead, and you'll get the medicine. Now you can walk through the drained moat till you find the last chest and you'll get the ruby. Now that we have all our items, it's time for the final boss fight. Let's make our way back to Dragon Island. Make your way through the maze and back into the first room. This time, Verilus will be there. You're going to want to get as close to him as possible and use the flash spell, which kills everything on the screen. Then, just like the dragon, you need to attack in defense mode. Attack until you're dead, and the medicine will restore your health. Then keep attacking until your health is almost out and run back out into the maze. You can stand right by the doorway to regain your health. It will be much slower than outside on the grass, but it avoids having to go all the way back out. Whatever you do, don't save, because it will reset the boss's health. So when you have full health, go back in and use the flash and attack again in defense mode, and run back out before you die. You can only use the medicine once, so pay attention. You will have to do this a few times to beat him, but it's worth the fantastic ending. So that's Hydlide in a nutshell. You don't have to play it this way, but it's the easiest way I've found. So if you take away anything from this, it's save, and save a lot, and never attack head on.